The brief respite found within the sanctuary and safety of Braskov's hallowed ground has been a welcome rest to our weary group of adventurers. Taking the time to reconnect with some semblance of normality found within the protective walls. You've allowed yourselves a moment to relax, to enjoy life, to investigate mysteries, to drink heavily and sing songs of heroism. Anything you could to beat back the dark and painful memories of the last week. So, like all good things, the brief respite came to an end, with a shuddering cry echoing down high out of the mountains that the strangled thorns crouch and squat about. For those of you that had minds that were not fully made, on the path ahead, the peace-shattering moan, recognized by some, cemented the decision. Feeling like there was no time to waste, you gathered yourselves and your things, and an extra set of hands, before once again leaving Braskov, traveling the familiar road out of the town, along the banks of the Blatter River and across the ancient Braskov Bridge. You marched steadily towards the monstrous morass of tangled thorns and petrified, grasping, stabbing branches of the strangled thorns. Determination in your hearts, being true of purpose, you forged into the deadly forest, following a route that you had traveled once before. You found that the going was easy, and made good time forging deep into the heart of the forest, remembering a familiar and grisly sanctuary that lay in the road. Keeping your heads on a swivel, your eyes watching from left to right, wary of attack and surprise and treachery at every turn, you advanced. As the light of day began to fade, and the rolling mists of the Vlata Valley began to choke the strangled thorns, you reached the familiar marker, the long impaled form of the tortured ghoul, a warning for all of the creatures of the night not to pass this way. Deciding that that would be where you would first stop and rest. though upon reaching the point, the turn in the road, searching the darkness for the twisting and moaning form of the captured ghoul, you found only stillness in the night. As the silence was broken, with a storm rolling in from the northern coast, you stop. With hands on sword hilts and eyes searching the tree line, you stood ready, while Godfrey cast a spell. Feeling the magic build up within him and surround him as it was prepared to be cast. Those of you that stood watch saw hundreds of eyes appear in the undergrowth, shrubberies, petrified tree trunks around you. Each individual pupil staring, watching, studying. As the spell is let off, and the build-up of magic sent forward, cries of ghouls echo in the night. Hungry packs of slashing teeth, gnashing teeth and slashing claws, creeping through the undergrowth towards you. It is then that you realize that the sanctuary is no more. The safety provided by the tortured ghoul has been ended. You find yourselves alone. As night is creeping in and your bones are weary from the travel, you feel like you have little option left. As you stand there and decide what it is to do next, the echoing cries of ghouls sound again. Closer now than before. For those of you that are not adept at seeing in the night, things are beginning to get hard to discern. As the fog creeps in around your ankles, you believe you have scant moments before those undead foul things will descend upon you all. What do you all do now?
First off, I don't know if you've remembered, but I've cast Pass Without Trace on everyone.
I have remembered.
That's a trap!
that means he's already counted it.
I panic.
But we are wearing the ghoul scent concealer stuff as well as the Pass Without a Trace, so we could maybe get through the encroaching bad guys rather than fight it all out.
I think we definitely need to make a move in the direction we need to go in.
Yeah,
Do
we're being stared at by eyes. I think that the ghouls may have a guiding hand here, guys.
Yeah, the time for sneaking has passed, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe. Standing in the middle of this road while we get surrounded from all sides isn't an ideal fight position.
Neither is getting snarled up in the trees. At least here we have space, and I'm just drawing my mace and my shield, getting ready.
The trees snarled up the ghouls more than it snarled up us last time.
Hmm.
If you remember. They got
Trees
stuck
can
in the ones
help.
a lot more than we did. Plus, it means that if we're all standing here in the open, they can all reach us all the time. While if they're blocked by trees and stuff, we get less surrounded.
They
Yeah, I
only
agree
reach
with
us
that.
some of the time.
Yes, you can only murder us more slowly.
Less of the time.
So I say we get off the road.
Into the
Alright.
trees.
Yeah, get into the forest.
Let's get under the cover of the trees.
Are we trying to hide, or are we just gonna fight here, guys?
Well, let's see how far being sneaky gets us. Not far usually, but worth a shot.
Alright,
I'd say so.
Sneaky into the tree line it is, let's go.
Right.
Mhm.
Let's have some stealth checks from you all, please.
Remember, you get a plus 10 advantage on all stealth checks, guys.
Good times.
Ooh,
Hey, I rolled good. Even with disadvantage.
18 for Torlek.
14 for Svetalia.
That's with your plus 10.
Yeah. Well, I have disadvantage, so I rolled a 9 and a 4.
We have so many
Yeah.
clanky people in our party.
Well, I also have disadvantage, but I got a 23.
Mine's 26. With the 10.
New personal best at 30.
Wow.
21.
Alright.
How did I beat the ranger?
I rolled a natural 5 and then plus 16 on that.
I rolled a 16 and a 14, minus 1 plus 10.
Outstanding. Yo.
Hey, thank fuck for me buff rolls, like.
Mm.
So, you move as one with the shadows, inching off the path, mingling with the mist that's rolling in, ducking through the grasping finger-like branches of the stranglethorns, taking care to avoid the tangles of briars that block your path. Those of you that have been here before managed to pick your way through the bushes and briars, heading northwest. Now, who's going to take point as the darkness begins to creep in ever further?
Rangers lead the way.
Fuck's sake.
He's also, but to be fair, he hasn't been there
So
before
they-
while we have.
Yeah,
I
I've
don't
not been
think-
here either.
Jess has been here before and I think can see best. In the
And
current
she has that
circumstances.
ice knife that no one wants to be in front of.
Also, yeah, do you really want her behind you?
These are all good points.
Glenn, is Tanglethorns classed as a forest?
Yes.
Okay, cool. It's my favourite terrain then. So we can move without hindrance as a group. It doesn't slow us down.
Forest in the very loosest use of that word.
Uh-huh.
Alright, so who's in the front?
Still sounds like.
Yeah, so I say I think it was me.
Yeah, I'll go behind you because I can track these creatures and know what their exact numbers are.
I'll take up the rear.
Okay.
So we'll sit in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll be the tank at the front then.
Yeah. Shields and armor at the front, please.
Godfrey.
Well, I mean behind the two scouts.
Yeah, I'll be second from last, front of Svet.
Alright, okay.
Put Leo in the middle.
Torlek. It's Vitalia in the back. Wonderful. So, Jasail. Seeing, as you've been here before, you can make a survival check for you, please, to find your way towards entrance to the caves.
Okay.
I will give you +3 to this roll for being here
That-
before.
+3 with my normal modifier, yeah?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a +3 on the top of it.
Oh. That's a 21.
Outstanding. So, as you all get in line, Jasil stops for a moment with a finger in the air, makes a decision on the direction that you will all travel. You begin to creep forward. Your pace is much slower than it would have been on the road. But as you're walking forward and making your way through this strangling in expanse, tangled knot of trees and briars, you notice that the eyes that were watching you from the road no longer seem to be appearing in the undergrowth. And the rolling thunder echoing down from the sky above manages to mask the heaviest of your footfalls and the broken and dead detritus below your feet. You can still hear the ghoul cries calling off in the distance, getting ever closer. They seem to be echoing from all around you. Miss Vitalia, make a perception check with disadvantage for me, please.
Oh, shit. Okay. That's a nat 1.
You need to get those dice checked.
I'm using D&D Beyond's dice now, it just makes no difference.
Outstanding.
You need to get that curse checked.
Yep.
You got the Nat 1 plugin installed.
That's it. Bolstered by the knowledge that you are definitely not being followed, you decide to pick up the pace slightly. You don't make any more noise than you have been. There's a storm ahead. It's now mixing with the light rain that is falling. As you make your way through the Stranglethorns, time seems to stand still. Although for those of you that are adept at keeping time, you know you've been traveling for about an hour now, weaving and winding your way through this maze of a forest, all the while listening to the ghoul calls echoing around you. They're close, but they're not getting any closer. And the strange way that the sounds, the Stranglethorns, work, it's hard to tell from which direction they're coming. It sounds as if like you're totally surrounded. It also feels as if they're following you, moving with you.
It is so nice of them to escort us.
After another intense few moments and minutes drag by, as the darkness sets in, offset and compounded even more, by the fog that's now thickening. Moving through the Stranglethorns, Godfrey and Leo, you're noticing that for a few heartbeats here and there, Cade and Jessail are moving completely out of your line of vision. It's only for a heartbeat or two before they move back in to your sight. As it gets darker and darker, it's harder and harder to follow the path that they are winding through past briars.
I mean, I could cast light, but I feel like it might give away a bit.
Moments later, As you are following their steps, walking where they're walking, you're confronted with a giant briar bush. And no Cade or Jasail. You stop and listen. You hear a snap of a twig. Squint and strain your eyes. You see that they have moved around it to the right.
Follow them.
Yeah. Now going to need a survival check off Godfrey, and Leo is your next in line.
I cast guidance on myself.
18 for me.
I don't think I'm going to catch that up. My guidance roll was decent, but the D20 roll was not as good. 11.
11. As you move round the briar bush to the right to continue on following the footsteps of your friends, you come around the briar bush, ducking under the grasping fingers of a decayed, petrified tree to your right. There is no sign of Jess and Cade. Cannot hear their footsteps. Jess and Cade, what's your passive perceptions?
15.
Okay. There we go.
15.
Yeah.
So for Jess and Cade, moments go by. You're not sure how long. Before Cade becomes aware that the rest of the party is no longer behind them.
Jess, we need to stop. We've lost the others.
Can I see them?
Are you stopping where you are and turning around?
Yeah.
You stop and wait for a moment. Peer back into the darkness behind you through the mist. You can indeed see the rest of your party. 35 feet away. Also peering through the mist, trying to find you and look towards you.
So if they can't see us, I'd be going back towards them.
Yeah.
Wonderful. You both going back towards them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so as you make your way back towards the party, you are now all sort of staring after you and trying to see where it is you've gone. In the bushes to your right, Cade, you hear a twig break.
Okay. Jess, something's moving close by. Stand fast and be ready.
At that point, I'm just stopping.
Okay, so it's at that point, Leo, you'll be able to get eyes on them.
Oh, good.
And you see that they've both stopped. They look like they're ready. Staring into the bushes to the right.
Can I use message to tell Leah that there's something in there so he doesn't just clank on over?
Yeah, of course.
Sweet, I'll do that.
So you hear a voice in your head, Leo, that says,
I'm like very slowly point at it and be like, something's moving in there.
Okay. Let's investigate that then. Can I see anything? Or is it just movement in general?
There is a swirling mist as you stare into the bushes to your left. I need you to make an investigation check.
12 investigation.
As you stare into the bushes, you see no discernible movement within.
Just a swirly mist.
Just a swirling mist, which is beginning to dissipate as the rain is intensifying.
Okay. Alright, and just thumbs up at Jess and keep moving, I guess. Cautiously moving.
Okay.
Keeping an eye on it.
Godfrey, Torlek, Svitali, do you follow Leo?
Yes, well, I'm bringing up the rear, so
Yep.
I will do what those in front of me do.
Yeah, if Leo's moving, I'm moving with him. I can't see past him, so
Cade and Jasail, are you staying where you are until they get to you? Are you moving
Yes.
forward?
Yeah, we're not separated distance. We want to close the distance between us and them.
Yeah, I mean, Jess is making like the guy on the ring video and just like pointing at this bush in case something jumps out of it.
Okay. Alright. Say Cade's moved a bit further forward like that. Jasail's moving forward. You're creeping towards each other. As you get within 15 feet of each other, with Jasail pointing at the bush still ready and waiting, catch the glimmer of two gimlet eyes staring at you from between the branches. The hint of dark blue skin and pulled back mouth revealing snarling, dripping, sharp teeth. It's staring right back at you.
What kind of teeth? Do they look animalistic? Or do they look
So when you look
like,
at Jasail,
like an old wrecked graveyard?
Not a golem teeth.
Jasail, the rest of you haven't noticed it as you're making way.
Only
to escape.
Jasail can really see, can't you?
So I tell you what, so we don't get confused, and so everyone gets a, gets a shot. Just let's have a little initiative of everyone, just so we can go through this, and everyone can see what they want to do.
Or you can add us to the list.
I'm doing
16.
It. There you go. You can all put your initiative.
Ho ho ho, natural 20, and I'm taking up the bloody rear.
There you go.
It's just
Charge is still a thing, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
fucking hell, I can't see shit.
I can't see shit. Oh, I can see Leo. Hey there.
Oh.
Alright, we all in? We all done?
We're all in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All in, you're all done. Okay, so Svitalia, what are you doing right now?
Well, what am I aware of
See.
right now?
You can just about see Leo, Torlek, and Godfrey as they're sort of all within sort of hand touching distance. You can see them around, but you're completely unaware of where Cade and Jasail are. Up ahead of you. You can barely make out these huge sort of rolling bushes of briars to your right. Limbs of petrified trees to the left. You're in a what feels like an old goat track at the moment, where the ground is slightly clearer.
I can't see shit, guys. What's going on?
I can cast light if that's what we want.
Well, yeah. A bit further down the initiative, unfortunately.
That's it, yeah.
I will start to draw my sword and ready an attack in case something gets within my range.
Alright, okay. Ready to attack. Cade, you've just heard Svetalia say she can't see anything.
Right.
Close enough to hear that.
Okay. Okay, with my being in favoured terrain and undead being my favoured enemy, can I tell how many ghouls are in the immediate area? Not where they are, but how many we've got on us.
Right. What would you do to do that? You'll be studying the ground for
I
tracks.
was gonna say I'm probably gonna be like hand on one of my swords, but my other hand on the ground, feeling for movement.
Right.
Like grabbing one of the strangle thorns and like feeling for the vibrations of where they're being pulled from.
Alright. And you're using...
I naturally have because I'm assuming because it's undead and we're in the forest, so favoured terrain and favoured enemies would give me the ability to know how many of them there are.
You've got to make a check for that.
I do. I have the wisdom perception check with proficiency enhancement. So that's what.
Make a perception check for me, please.
Yep, no worries. I'm just doing the numbers now. So that would be +3 +2 +2, so it's +7. 21.
21.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so the immediate area. Let's call that 1/4 mile radius.
Mm-hmm.
That sound
Can
good?
do. Wherever you decide.
More than that? A bit less than that?
More experienced people will probably be able to give you more insight than I would to know if that's right.
I think 1/4 mile is alright. So yeah, as you pay attention to the feel of the ground, and look at the tracks, the recent tracks that's been traversed across the area, by your estimation, within this 1/4 mile around you, there are 30 to 40. It's a little bit.
Right.
You can't get an exact number because a lot of the tracks crisscross about. Some of them are incredibly similar.
Okay. So
Some of
based
it's-
on that insight, I stand up, draw my 2 swords, and announce to the group at a decent level, ready yourselves. We have a lot, and I mean a lot, of enemies in the close vicinity. So Talia, be ready at the back. Jess, ready at the front. And everyone else, just be on your guard. Don't know where they'll come from, but they're pretty close. I'll brace myself ready for another attack, and I think that's as much as I can do for this turn.
No. Jess, you've heard those words, but you're staring eye to eye. Something with very sharp teeth in the trees in front of you.
I mean, those ghouls that Cade knows are here, do we know how far they are? Like,
Is she asking me that? 'Cause I'll just respond and say within 1/4 mile.
basically, I'm trying to decide if it's worth holding or if I just want to open up on whatever's in front of me.
So you've got the front. So go for it.
Yeah, do you know what? Let's just go for it. Let's chuck a fireball into this tree.
Alright.
Oh shit.
Fireball into a wooded area. Fuck.
It is raining.
Right, it's raining. It's fine.
It's raining. It's all good.
Attack roll for me, please, Jess.
Oh, wanker. That's an 11.
It's enough to hit the tree.
But the AC of a tree isn't much.
Is that going to provide any illumination?
Let's have some damage off you, please.
How much do we damage the tree?
Max
There you go.
damage to the tree. Outstanding. So as you say that, the rest of you see Jasail ready, a firebolt in her hand, and immediately throw it off into the bush. There's a burst of flames and a shower of sparks as the firebolt smashes into the side of a tree. There's a snap and a wet thud. A smaller branch being completely snapped off the tree by the force of the firebolt. And just in that brief second of illumination, you see the blue-skinned face and black gimlet eyes of one of the ghouls that you saw 2 days earlier at Brascott Gates, creeping on the roof. As soon as the firebolt goes off in its face, it slinks away into the darkness and moves out of your sight.
Oh, good.
Leo?
Cool. I'm gonna maybe move up to here, maybe here.
You managed to reach to Jasail and Cade and see the place smouldering where Jasail has just thrown a firebolt.
Yeah.
15 feet to your left.
I'm gonna stare into that left and see if I can see anything over there. What, like this sort of section.
Make a perception check for me, please.
Not very perceptive. Ooh, 21.
21.
Yeah.
As you stare into the bushes as well, also now looking at this little firebolt. You scan through the trees and branches, the brambles and thorns. You see 2 sets of gimlet eyes staring back at you.
I can communicate that with the rest of the folk. Just say, I think there's more in there.
And one's here.
Okay. That's all I can say. I think there's more in there, and I don't know what they are. But, yeah. I think I might draw my sword in preparation. And carry on looking at it. Just in case.
Alright. Godfrey? Strides forward bravely.
Just trying to find Leonard Knoll after he left. Oh, there he is.
Should we like tie things together so we're all like in a row? Because
We're gonna get fucking lost here.
Can't. My favourite terrain prevents us from getting lost.
I'm sorry, but it's everybody's favourite terrain.
No,
It
it's
stops
my
us getting
party.
geographically
Yeah,
lost. It doesn't stop us losing each other.
No.
Yeah. It's like we are in the woods somewhere.
No.
get your little magic lights out.
Alright, I'm gonna cast light.
You're going to cast light. Okay.
Yeah.
20,
I was
2020,
tempted to
isn't it?
cast it on Ryoko just for a laugh, but I'll cast it on my shield.
I don't want to be the beacon.
Yeah, it's like he says, cast light, light him up.
Leo
on.
is lit.
Light
Cast
is
it up,
20 and 20, isn't it?
yeah, I believe so. 2
I
seconds.
seem to remember it being 20 and 20.
Yep, 20, 20, 20. Cast it on Leo's face.
No. Stop it.
Oh, it is so much better.
As you cast light, Leo, Cade, and Jasail, you see 4 sets of gimlet eyes sort of slink back from the light into the undergrowth.
Good.
Silently.
Well, that's my action to do that, so...
Torlek.
Yeah, you're right, Godfrey. This darkness isn't a shield for us, it's a cloak for them. And I'm going to activate Sender's Heart. Create some phosphorescent spores that orbit around me, giving off light. And they're bright light in 10 feet, dim light in 30 feet.
Nice.
Can I have moved to the front then, since I have the
You
light?
can, yes. You can have your full movement. So, as you bring out Cinder's Heart, this like eruption of what looks to be like fungal spores just streams up into the air and begin to dance and float in the air, light and twinkle. It's like Torlek is surrounded by hundreds of tiny fireflies as they sort of linger in the air around him, dancing in the rain.
I'm just
How
going
clo-
to I'm going to stay here.
Do we know
Yeah,
how far away we are from the place?
Yeah, you moved off the road. And the road from where you were about 12 miles from the cave. You've travelled 3 through the Stranglethorns so far, at a much slower pace, half movement speed. You've been travelling an hour and a half, you've gone 3 miles.
Let's press on, I suppose.
Yeah, can Torlek and I move up together with me being next in the thing? Because I'm going to move up to catch up the others, so I don't want to leave.
well, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah,
I'm just going to keep pace with Svitalia,
okay.
so we have a light in
Right.
the rear.
Yes, you guys can move up to where the others are. Move yourselves up. There you go. You still readying an attack, Svitalia?
Yeah, I'm just going to...
Scanning the trees.
Yeah, and I'm going to say, is it just me, or does it feel like we're being herded?
That's exactly what it feels like.
Perhaps they do not want to stop us reaching Papa.
Or they do want us to reach it.
That's what I mean, yeah.
Worse. I'm not
That's it
seeing
for
any
me.
dim light, Glenn, off the light. Just the bright light.
Well, I will. Seems Godfrey's the one that's generating the light around us. I'll stick to his side with weapons drawn, and suggest that we start moving, because if we stay still for too long, we could be surrounded. And then I'll move in sync with Jess and Godfrey and Ben.
So you want to move as a team. Okay, so as Jess suggests that. You hear a snap and a crack of a branch behind you. And a large, dark blue skinned form moves into the middle. Stares at you all for a heartbeat and then bursts into the bushes.
Don't follow them.
No.
No.
Agreed. We don't follow any enemy. Let's just keep on the route that we need to go. If they're going to fight, they'll come to us.
All right, Leo.
Yeah, let's move around. Let's not get.
Several different paths now, spinning out from where you are. 7 different branches of this sort of
Yeah.
towards path.
Let's get back in formation, guys. And, carry on.
I'd suggest a more clustered formation rather than a line. Because we seem to lose each other too easily in a line.
Well, that was when it was dark.
We've got the light now, man. We'll be fine.
What could those blue ghouls do apart from climb really well?
Hide really well.
Got it.
They were stronger.
Bite really well.
They had a tongue.
They had incredibly long
tongue.
tongues.
Oh yes.
Well, who doesn't? But yeah.
They constricted
Consider them just-
jail, didn't they?
They're essentially the liquor from Resident Evil.
Mm.
Oh no, man.
Yeah.
Are they? Is it the smoker from Left 4 Dead? Was it the smoker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're moving again then.
Yeah. So do you want us to move one by one in initiative still, Glenn? Or
No, if one of you wants to use your entire turn to move the group their movement, that's fine.
Okay.
So is that what you want to do, Leo?
Well, I'm not going to go first, but yeah, let's move.
Okay, so you can all move. Now, do you want to move quietly, or do you want to just go bashing on through this?
I think we should go cautiously, maybe.
I think it's
all get
clear
your
they
30
know
feet
we're
in.
here. We don't need
they
to
know
be
we're
quiet.
here, so we don't need to be
Yeah.
quiet, but
Yeah,
don't
let's
wanna,
not
like,
bring all of
fall
their
off-
friends down on
fall
us.
into
though.
a pit or anything either. So
Mm.
just normal pace, I guess.
Sounds good.
So we just move ourselves, yeah.
Yeah, you can all move 30 feet.
Can you move me forward, please? Because I can't see anyone else, so I don't know where to put myself.
There's 3 ways to go now, looks like.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's a bit.
Which direction are we heading? Jess?
Yeah. Do you need to?
I guess it doesn't have to be Jess. She was doing it because she could see. Now we can all see.
Yeah, we can all see now. Say, isn't Torlek the one who's best at geography?
It's true.
I have an excellent memory for places, but
You know that has many books about geography.
this does not
Yeah.
look familiar to me.
So this isn't the way that we came the last time?
No, we followed the
No,
road
you-
last time.
You were much further up the road last time before you fell off it. Tumbling down the hill after cindering.
I'm happy to rely on my sense of direction if you want, but I would defer to Cade. He's the ranger here, he's the woodland expert.
He doesn't know where we're going. Is
Hmm.
Okay, I've just got a screenshot of what you guys can see. I suppose I would ask Jess, like, in what general direction did you guys go last time?
I was about to say, can we think about it from... Are we basically walking parallel to the road at the moment?
You're doing your best to, yeah, that's kind of what you're doing. You're sort of picking your way parallel to the road. You know that it bends northwest quite heavily on the road, sort of where the where the inert Knocknitsa that was guarding the way was. The road sort of curves more harshly up in towards the mountains. So you know there's like a huge right-hand turn coming up soon.
I'd
Like-
probably
So
suggest that
we
we
probably
follow
wanna
that
head up this
northern
way?
track.
Yeah, I can sort of relate to Cade, like draw in the dirt, like the general layout around us, where I think we are, but that's about. I'm not good at tracking.
Okay, well, based on the information everyone's given us, I say we take that northern road, bearing in mind that we're going to need to bear west on it.
It is better than standing here and doing nothing, getting wet. Let's go.
Agreed.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, which one is that? That one. Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
I mean, there's north, west, and there's northeast.
Which way did we need to bend around? East or west?
West.
West, so we take northwest.
Yes.
Someone move Cade up as well.
Yeah, Glenn, do you want to give me...
Oh, he's been left behind in the dark now. It's too late.
Do you want to give me Bobby's permissions?
You
and I'll
guys
move
move past here. You can see there's a group of ghouls just staring at you.
When I see that the ghouls are just staring at us, I'm giving them one of those brush across the ear, fuck you gestures.
Should we
And they're
just keep going?
Staring back at you with the 4 sets of gimlet eyes.
Just remember, don't engage. Keep together.
keep-
Don't be
Just
tempted.
keep going, guys. There's...
Mm-hmm.
We do not know their motives. Let's just keep moving.
Alright, so who's the next up on the list?
Torlek, are we still moving? Torlek?
100%.
Okay.
Not gonna let us get surrounded, let's just all move up. I just keep pace with Svetalia. Godfrey at the front, me at the back. Keep us surrounded in light.
As you get to there,
Hmm.
to appear. Two more appear. The 4 from around the corner follow you.
It's not every day you're getting on a guard.
You actually are being escorted. Okay.
We're being shepherded like livestock to
Well,
the slaughter.
yeah, we are.
I mean,
Maybe-
not really, because we chose to come here in the first place.
3 more appear.
That'll make you feel much better when you die.
It does.
Good. I'm glad.
Maybe we should go this way.
Maybe that's what they're trying to do.
Well, I was going the way that our ranger was saying to go.
That's it. Absorb yourself of a responsibility.
I will.
You hear more.
Have we ever heard these things speak?
I don't
No.
think
No.
we can.
Ghouls cannot speak.
And out of the bushes, 3 of the huge blue-skinned ghouls appear.
What about those guys? Did they ever speak?
As
I bet they've got one heck of a lisp.
Fattest lip going. Like,
Yeah, they got a huge lisp.
as the blue-skinned ones appear, kind of blocking the other path. With my shield hand, I'm fiddling with my holy symbol. I am ready to drop that turn undead at a moment's notice. I'm really having to struggle not to get them to fuck off and leave us all alone.
If only you could
Yeah.
get them to escort us.
Yeah, Jess is getting a bit twitchy, you know.
Yeah, they're literally.
You can see her like
surrounding
starting the
us.
ice knife hand movement, stopping herself, starting it, stopping herself.
Okay.
Svetalia, you get the sense that they are encroaching. They're not taking full steps, but as it's you to act, you can see that they're shuffling forward slightly.
Is this usual behavior for ghouls? Or do they normally just run at and have at, you know?
You know that no, this isn't. They normally just come tearing at you, mindless beings of malice and hatred with dripping putrid claws and biting teeth.
I'm assuming that this is Papa's doing. He controls them, no?
It certainly seems to.
It makes this filth. I'm gonna spit at the nearest ghoul.
Oh, and are they not convinced that we're not still ghouls? Have we not still got our nice ghoul stench outfit on?
It's
Yes, you
raining.
do.
Yeah, well, hasn't been that long, has it? We can just
Seems to
shamble
be,
along with them.
Let's just keep going and see what happens.
We'll just
From
show
what's
up
happening,
at
it does seem like they're showing a level of intelligence that's not attuned normally to ghouls.
Yeah, because they think they're in the presence of other ghouls.
Yeah, maybe that's
think
it.
it's-
Maybe they're just
I
like,
think it's
oh,
less intelligent the more they're under control.
Yeah, that's what I mean though. Like they're moving with more sentience than a random crazed ghoul.
Okay, I'll use my movement to my turn to move us all again. Let's just keep going this way, see what happens.
Shamble on!
Unless there's any change in the ghoul's behaviour, I would do the same. Just keep people
Yeah.
moving.
Well, it's the ghoul's next, mate, so just
Is it?
hold your horse.
Okay.
It's the ghouls next! The ghouls are next.
Okay, this was as most as I could move, so.
The ghouls will decide.
So Torlek, you see the three muscular,
oh, ghoul friend.
stealthy ghouls creeping up to you. And they're leaning in close and
They're after his
Offer him
tip.
a tissue. Offer him a tissue.
see that opening and closing their mouths, but they're sniffing it very heavily. The rest of them begin to get in close as well.
Readying an action. If one of them swipes for anyone, turn undead.
You now see them all like, you can feel their fetid breath stinking, coating your skin. Bits of putrid, awful saliva is there. All of them are.
Reminds me of one of those scenes where you're walking through a zombie movie and you're all too close.
And Torlek, as you sort of like turning from dead, stretched blue face to the feral ghouls behind you, you can see that one of the stalkers lifts a clawed hand out towards you. So he's reaching out towards you with one outstretched finger. You can see the decaying bits of flesh and mud on the end of this huge dripping claw. He reaches up towards your face very slowly. You have maybe a heartbeat or two before it touches you.
Do not move.
There's a burning on your skin as you feel the tip of the claw dig in ever so slowly and begin to scratch down your face as it's leaning in with its jagged, broken teeth. It begins to feel a hot rivulet of blood begin to pour down your cheek. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please, Torlek.
12.
That's enough. You feel the course of the poison. You know drips from these ghouls' fingertips burn through your body. You feel your muscles begin to tense up across your chest. Your breath is held in your lungs, but you manage to force your way through it. Expert. Mental willpower. Constitution now built up to these ghouls' poisons. Resist the effects of paralysis. And it's Cade.
Right. Can we form a bit more tighter with everyone if he's being touched up by a ghoul? Might need to get ready to drag him out.
I guess it depends whether or not that would provoke an attack of opportunity, possibly. I don't know. I don't know the rules for this.
I'm a
Actions
bit unclear as
disengage
well.
and walk away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
disengage. Yeah, disengage the group and keep moving cautiously, even if we have to slow down just a little
Because-
bit.
Some of you aren't as popular with the ghouls as others. You'll be able to move Leo, Jess, yourself, and Godfrey. It's for
Yeah, I'm
Talia,
not leaving.
Torlek.
No.
Too many ghouls around them to move freely with you.
And have we got a 5-foot gap between the two essential groups?
Yes.
Close that gap.
Hmm.
Form in, protect each other's backs.
Somebody needs to get around Jasail because she's the squishy one.
Yeah. Bring Jess into the middle, and then me, Godfrey, and Leo just around her. And I'll just stay ready, like, breath held, swords drawn, grip tightened.
So before Jasail moves at initiative count 15, Leo, you see one of the ghouls next to you, the one between you and Torlek. It's getting very close. It also reaches forward with one of its clawed hands. You can see it start to touch and tease and pry at the leather of your boot, and then it moves its arm and fingers up towards your sword hilt. You can see it sort of touching, scratching at the leather. Its hand is moving up all the while it's sniffing and trying to make sense of the scent that it smells in front of it and what it sees. It moves up. You feel it find a weak point in your armor, and the claw makes its way past into your jerkin. You feel it start to bite into your flesh. You have a heartbeat or two to decide what to do.
This is gonna happen, isn't it?
Yep. It's forcing the fight.
Then I'm gonna try and whip off that hand.
Get him.
I'm gonna go for it and try and slice off that hand.
Alright. Let's have an attack roll from you, please. This is going to be a reaction.
It's gonna be 21. 17 plus 4.
21.
Yeah.
With a lightning speed, reflexes unseen from these ghouls. Leo unsheathes and draws the rapier in one fluid, dance-like motion, just slices it across the ghoul's hand. Let's have some damage off you, please.
It'll be 4.
4 damage. That is enough to send 4 of the fingers of the hand skittering off into the darkness. And then with an intense... It's on. Yes. Right, Jasil, you're up next. You see all the ghouls move as one body. There's a scream emanates out of all of their jaws as they rear back with their claws and teeth, primed and ready to strike out at you.
I think we all know what the opener is.
But where's it gonna go? Who's in the way?
Guys.
Oh no, I'm between her and the target! No!
Fucked yourself there, man.
I'm using my reaction to duck.
Natalia learns quickly.
Let's have it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an 11.
So that's enough. That is enough to hit where you were aiming for. That is enough to hit.
Doesn't say what it hits.
Amazing.
It strikes the ground.
So it strikes the ground next to him, or does it hit the ghoul?
Strikes the ground next to him.
Okay.
So
you won't take the initial
shatter damage, but none of the initial damage.
Okay, so I'll need a dex save off those 4.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. And these will be the boss guys, the blue guys. All right, we've got. What is the DC? We've got a.
14.
The first blue guy is a 13, which is this chap here. He's a 13. The guy next to him is a 15. The guy below him is 7, and this one here is a 21 with an unnatural reflexive movement. We've got 2 failures from this your boy there and your boy there.
Better than nothing.
I think it should actually be 5
boys
seconds. It's everything within 5 feet, is it not?
So yeah, so I was aiming for this guy here.
I've said it struck the ground
So
here.
it struck there. So we'll get.
I'll do 2 more. We've got a fail from this ghoul here,
Belter.
and a 13 exactly from this ghoul here in the corner.
So that fails as well, so those guys will all take 6 damage, because I'm not rolling well today.
Hey, 6 is better than now, pet.
Aye, true.
Alright, it's good, it's good, it's good, it's good, it's good. Here we go. Yes. He was fine, actually. He was not fine. He took that. And he took that. So with this steaming, fizzing, huge shard of blue ice flies between Svetalia and Torlek. Svetalia automatically bringing her shield up and ducking out of the way. Torlek, seeing it coming, is like, "Ooh!" Also manages to dive out of the way. The ghouls have never seen this before, though, and look on in wonder as this screaming comet flies towards them. Unfortunately, striking the ground, though it is in the middle of the huge group. There's a startled as most of them lean in to see what happens. Then there's a explosion of these icy blue shards and splinters flying into the bewildered ghouls, staring at the comet. They fall them in the ground. Several of them taking hits across the body and face. Others reflexively jumping and diving out of the way, throwing themselves to the floor to avoid the sparkling shower of ice knife flying into the night. Excellent hits, Jasail. Leo, you are up as the rest of the ghouls are moving with ungodly speed. The ferocious malice and stench of their breath is hot and heavy and close on your skin. You can feel at any moment their claws are going to eat past your armor.
Oh,
It's your plump flesh.
Time to skewer this one then again. After slicing his fingers off.
You did indeed take all of his fangos.
I'll take 15 to hit.
It's a 15. That is a hit. These things have got an AC of 12. The lads in bright red are an AC of 12.
Lucky. Oh, it's going to be 4 damage.
Another 4 damage as you lance forward with the rapier. This time you can see it swinging its bloody stub of a hand towards you. You just quick Zorro movement, and another chunk of its forearm goes flying off. Ever so slowly whittling this thing's arm down to a nub.
Like a kebab. That's me.
Hisses and screams at you in pain. I'm doing the scream again, but I've got it there. Queued up. It roars in pain. Okay. Here we go. It's Godfrey.
Okay.
The power of God compels you. We all
Move to
know
here.
what's coming.
Move to here, so I'll take an attack with opportunity off that furthest guy.
Alright. Rolling, pretty bad. That's a big old 10 to hit.
Not gonna work.
You feel the claw scrape down the back of your armor.
And then
Harmlessly.
I'm gonna grasp my holy symbol and say, "Be gone from the light." And it's dex saves for everything on the 30 foot. Not dex save, con save for everything in the 30 foot thing around me. So
It's alright.
everything in that sphere, that circle.
Outstanding. So the first 4 around you. We've got. Here we go. Oh, con's flat. Is that fucking right? That can't be fucking right. No, it is. Yeah, it is. Sucks. Sucks to be there. Alright, so we've got respectively 11,
Fail,
5,
fail,
2,
fail.
one next to Jessiel, 17.
Succeeds.
Okay. So the one next to Jessiel succeeds. Strong boy. Okay. Next 4 ghouls. We have a 13
Fails.
fails, a 15
Succeeds.
a strong boy.
I still take half, but
It's fine. A 14
that is the DC, so he succeeds.
and a natural 1 from this guy here, who immediately sort of falls over on its own claws, stabbing itself. As the radiant power from you bursts out and sort of knocks it off its feet, and it falls. You see it like fall awkwardly onto its claws and stabs itself through the chest.
So it looks like it should hit these 2 guys as well.
It's impaled on his own chest. It is going to hit those 2 guys. I'm just making my way through the little guys first before we do
I
the
think
big guys.
basically it just misses 1 guy, so good times to be that guy.
Okay, so we've got 2 and a 13.
Both fail.
They both fail. And then for the 3 big lads.
Yeah.
Oh god, rolled pretty well. 2 of them did anyway. Right, so we've got 17,
Pass.
a 19, and a 10.
Fail.
Here we go. There's the strong boys. Let's have the multitude of dice from you, please.
They all take 19 radiant damage.
19 radiant
unless it's
damage.
saved, in which case they take half.
Ouchies.
Okay. That's good. There's the blinding, brilliant, radiant light bursts forth from Godfrey. Following his words into the night, echoing through the valley, there's a flash and a multitude of screams of pain from the ghouls as this energy washes over them. Some burst into flames where they stand. The one that impaled itself on its hands also bursts into flames. Okay, and then let's try to, the 3 blue-skinned stalker ghouls And they roar with their tongue, with huge mouths opening, their tongues lolling out as a radiant light washes over them. You can feel them scratching and clawing at their skin as the radiance burns into them. And they all unfurl their tongues towards you in a menacing manner.
After that, I will let off a secondary pulse of light from Word of Radiance and get the two next to me. Con saves again.
Here we go. We've got an 11 and a 7.
Both fail.
Alright.
Just a d6 this time. Ooh, I rolled a 6 though. So another 6 radiant damage to them.
Another 6 radiant damage as you yell the Word of Radiance. It emanates out from you. Passing by Jasil and Cade, you stretch your arms out. The ghouls either side of you burst into flames. Scream, and then as their bodies burn and blacken, they crisp up and husk, and their muscles go into rigor mortis. Fall on their backs and writhe and snap ligaments as they burn in holy fire.
Nice. That's it.
Alright, Torlek, surrounded. You've seen ghouls burst into flames left, right, and centre. Parts of a ghoul's arm and finger have scattered across your armour as Liokwanor is expertly shish kebabbing in front of you, wheeling with his rapier.
Well, I may not be Godfrey, but I'm going to turn around and look the one that scratched my face square in the eyes and say, "Back off!" which is the Word of Radiance. So
Outstanding.
everyone needs to make a con save or take a d6 radiant. Everyone within 5 foot of me.
Everyone in 5 foot of you. Okay, that's good. Alright, so we've got, oh my shitting days, I've rolled a snake eyes, which is great, for 2 of the blue lads. A 16, a 13, and a 9 for the others.
The 16 passes, the rest fail.
Alright, so there's only this guy here in the corner passes his check, everything else has failed.
Brilliant.
Good? Nope, not that.
So everything that fails takes 4 points of radiant damage.
4 points of radiant damage, outstanding.
And then as my bonus action, I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on myself, because I know I'm about to take some hits.
So your radiant word has emanated out and smashed into these surrounding ghouls. See them all sort of recoil and scratch at their own heads where their ears would be to stop hearing this radiance that's pouring over them. Their arms and legs writhing, their teeth gnashing, desperate to get a hold of you and stop the radiance from pouring out of you.
Firstly, I'm going to switch places with Torlek. I'm going to use bait and switch. These are my superiority dice.
Such a chivalrous bastard.
I know. So let's roll one of those to the d8. Oh, an 8. Oh, thank you. Thank you, universe. And I'm going to use that on myself for my AC, so I'm going to get a +8 to AC.
Outstanding.
Nice.
So you
Until the next end of the next round, yeah.
Nice.
And then that doesn't use any of my attacks, I don't believe. Let's see. Bait and switch. Yeah, that just uses my movement, so then I will make an attack on this guy here.
The tonguey lad.
Yeah, the tonguey lad. Roll to hit. That's a 20, non-natural.
That'll do it.
And that is 7 damage.
7 damage as your sword flies forward and bites into the ghoul's flesh. It's like, ah! Everyone sees the sizzle. The silver bites into this undead flesh. You carve a huge chunk off its right hand shoulder, and the majority of its arm sloths off to the floor.
And that's it from me.
It's looking very bad, but it is angry as all hell, and it is immediately going to come back at you. Okay, here we go. It's going to come at you with first its claw. It's rolled shit. It's rolled absolutely shit. That's 12.
Well, my AC is currently 26, so
Yeah, not happening.
Love it.
Not happening. And it's got nowhere near with its tongue attack either, as its tongue lashes out past you. You managed to definitely deflect. Okay. The other two are going to move around. So the first one's coming at you with 2 claw attacks. Oh, motherfucker, so fucking close. Oh, damn it, rolled 19. Right, so his claw attack miss. Second claws come flying out towards you. Ooh, is that enough? Is that enough? No, not enough. 2 claw attacks come bouncing off your shields as you expertly throwing your shield left and right, deflecting with your sword with perfect synchronicity. Okay. Then their beastly tongues come lashing out of their mouths, flying towards you. Sidestep 1. And sidestep 2, as they all fly out towards you. These hot, wet, sort of long, ropey tongues. You manage to deftly sidestep all of them. Maneuvering and whirling and pinwheeling with a dancer's grace in the middle of all of this. Okay. The rest. I'm going to bring up the rear. They're going to charge. And they're going to get here.
ah,
That lad is going to move there. Alright. So we've got some claw attacks coming out. These guys can't even hit you if they roll natural 20s, Svetalia, so the 2 flanking you won't be doing that, but the 3 around Torlek are definitely going to be coming at him.
Do the ghouls
Okay.
know that they can't hit her with a natural 20?
Huh?
Bait and
Do the
switch.
ghouls know that they can't hit her with a natural 20?
well, no,
I
they
just
still
didn't- I
tried.
didn't bother
Usually
rolling.
it's not gonna bother rolling.
Oh, right.
Try.
They're just
They
like,
still tried.
Yeah.
just run into it.
Blocking and dancing through, smashing with her shield, knocking them back. Svetalia is moving like a warrior goddess possessed with the dance of rage.
That is like by far my favourite Battlemaster move so far.
It's so good.
Torlek, we've got a 19 to hit you,
That
and
is.
then a 3.
Hey,
Okay. Right.
What's
And
your
then
AC
these
with
two
this
lads.
shield?
We've got a 16 and a 10.
well, the 3 and the 10 miss, the 19 hits, and the 16 gets past my guard but is deflected by my shield of faith.
Outstanding. So just as you think this claw is going to scratch down your neck, there's a cacao of spiritual energy that sizzles back at the ghoul, and it recoils its strike. However, the one that did get through your defenses nicks under the... Where are we? Claws. Yes, that's it. 2d4. Where's my d4s? Nips under your armor and just manages to catch hold of your skin. It takes 6 points of slashing damage, and it is another Constitution saving throw, please.
Con save coming at you.
Con save, con save, con save.
12.
Yes! Ooh. Wonderful, yes. Once again, you fight back the feeling, your bones and muscles wanting to seize up on you. Okay. The school moves into here. There's going to be a claw attack at Godfrey and a claw attack at Jasail. We've got a natural 1 at Godfrey. As it moves forward and slashes forward with its claws, you expertly spin with the mace and take its arm off at the shoulder.
Nice.
killing it, because it had 1 hit point left.
Oh.
The one that
Whoops.
comes at you, Jasil, though, unfortunately gets a 21 to hit.
Oh,
It's a big old hit. But it rolled snake eyes on the damage, so it's only 4 points of slashing damage, but it does come along with one of those constitution saving throws, please.
everyone's favourite.
Oh, God.
Oh, on the spot, everyone around Jasil sees the claw slash past her. She's pinwheeling a staff, a quarterstaff, trying to deflect all of these claw attacks coming in, but one manages to get past. Scratches down her arm, rivulets of blood begin to pour from the wound as Jasil freezes up and falls prone, paralyzed.
Wonderful.
Oh dear.
Okay, Cade, you're up next to act.
Right. Can I move to Jess's left where that dead ghoul is?
Yes, you can stand all in amongst the ghoul gubbins that have been beautifully fried by Godfrey's radiant magic.
Okay, I'll move to there. I'll cast Ensnare and Strike, and I'll take my first attack against the ghoul that's directly in front of me.
Okay, go for it.
$17.
17 is a hit.
Right, okay, so damage wise,
Yep.
do 8.
8 damage.
Yep.
Alright.
And then
You
that
splash
first.
forward with your sword, striking into the ghoul flesh, conjuring up your primal wild magic through the strike, carve down through the ghoul's body, creating a huge gashing wound across its chest, opening it up from shoulder bone to hip bone. Its ribs are exposed and the black ichor that fills its body begins to pour out as thorns burst from the floor. These blackened, dead, petrified thorns wrap themselves around the struggling, gasping ghoul form and begin to pull it down towards the ground. You hear bones snap, muscles tear, as the ghoul is ripped in half in front of you and held to the floor.
Outstanding. So then I'll use my obviously I have Horde Breaker, so I'll use the same weapon to attack the one next to it.
Okay. You immediately whip through, following with the perfect motion of the sword strike into the second ghoul,
That's a
harassing
19.
your new friends. You bite deep into ghoul flesh once again.
And that's 7 to hit. 7 damage.
7
so
damage.
Plus the
The sword
so-
meets this ghoul mid-leap as it races towards you, raising both hands, its mouth open wide, ready to sink its teeth into your neck as your sword tears through its neck muscles, perfectly sending its head flying over the top of you. Its lifeless body thumps into you harmlessly and sloughs off to the floor, leaving you covered and sprayed in black ichor from inside the ghoul. And it drops. Its body twitches a final time and lays still.
Outstanding. Well, there's nothing else in range of me, is there?
No.
No. Okay, so that's where it ends. In.
Alright, Jasail. Constitution saving throw, let's see if you can shake it off as you're completely sprayed and covered with ghoul ichor. Unfortunately,
I think the answer to that is a no.
You need a little bit more than a 4. Just not much more, just a little bit more.
It's 4 times better than you. And it's only do up twice as good.
Yeah.
2.
Okay, so unfortunately you still lie there, paralyzed up. Your entire body has gone into cramp. Leo, you got haters to the left and haters to the right.
And I got this guy stuck in the middle. Let's have a swipe at him. It's,
Cheeky little bit of advantage there.
oh mate, it doesn't matter. Nat 20.
Oh! Outstanding.
Whee!
Seeing your opportunity as the ghoul spins on its feet to lash into the back of Torlek, strike forward with the rapier. Let's have some double damage off you, mate.
So let's go rapier. 9 damage altogether.
9 in total. That is a
Yep.
huge strike. You feel your rapier pierce through its back. You hear bones snap and shatter. Torlek, you hear this sound of a ghoul leaping to your back as you turn. Too late to block its attack. You see Leo's rapier burst through its chest, and it holds it mid-flight before he whips it off onto the floor, where it scatters to get its feet again. There's ichor pouring from the wound from its back and chest now. Roars at both of you. It's not looking great. You can see it's woozy and struggling to get back to its feet. But had Leo not struck when it did, it would have been good night, Torlek. Okay. Godfrey. Unless you want to do any dancey moves, Leo.
No, I'm fine for the dancing.
Just likes to stab things once.
Yeah. Once is enough.
Once is more than enough. Godfrey.
One and done, that's all I was. Everyone's a bit close for burning hands.
No, thank you.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
But you could just go over the top of Jess, it'll be fine.
They're all dead though. Okay, I'll just
Yeah,
move.
burning hands. Come on, Jess. Stop it. Stop burning everyone.
I'll move here, and I'll just action Word of Radiance. So it's a con save of those 3 in front.
Okay, let's have some decent ones, lads. That one's going to be the guy in the middle. Oh, fucking hell. Get in. 17, 16, and a 13.
Well, only the 13 tails. He takes 3 points of damage.
Okay, this lad fucking screams and claws in his own ears again. As the other two's like, you can see them repulsed by it ever so slightly. But all that's done is focus all of their attention on you now. This tin man that makes them feel horrible. Tizzy to the Lizzie, let's have some fucking Mizzy.
Okay, well, I'm feeling very pressed in at the moment, so the only thing I can do is try and push them back. So just kind of wheeling around, trying to keep them all at bay, and then just go, fuck this, burn! And Word of Radiance again.
Outstanding. Outstanding. Here we go. Everything in 5 feet, that's a lot of them. Big lads, we have a 19 and a 17.
They pass.
Little lads, a 6, a 7, and a nat 20.
Well, unsurprisingly, 2 fails and a pass.
Yeah.
So the 2 that fail, they take 3 points of radiant damage.
3 points of radiant damage. You see, there's a moment where you burn, lash out. You see the ghouls recoil, and the 2, the one between you and Leo, and the one directly south of you, both just like just immolate in front of you as they try and recoil. You can see their legs still trying to run as this holy radiant burns them like touch paper.
Excellent. And then now, like noticing Jess on the floor, now that I've created an opening, I'm just going to point my mace at her and just say heal, because I have no idea what's happened to her, but she's prone and she looks wounded. And give her a healing word, which is going to be a d4 plus 4, which is going to be 7 hit points.
Okay,
Yeah,
outstanding. Anything else from Torlek?
That's it, mate.
Okay, on to the Valkyrie, the goddess of war and thunder, Svetalia, as she swings and slays about
Don't jinx me.
sword-cutting, glimmering arcs through the darkness. The
100%
rain
pierced.
splattering off her shield with a beautiful intensity. She dances untouched and unhit, through claw and tooth.
Make him stop. Make him stop before he kills everything.
Dirty 20 to hit the one in front of me again that I hit last time.
Yes.
This guy. And
Your
I'm
curse
going
failed, Glenn. Your curse failed.
and I'm going to extend a superiority dice and hit the other one to my right as well. So, max damage. So 11 damage to the guy in front,
Get it.
and a d8 for the other one, and a 6 damage for this one.
6 damage to the guy to the right. Okay, this huge arc. There's a glimmer. Just as the sword reaches the climax of its swing, there's a of lightning which bounces off beautifully, shimmering it in the night sky, and as it bites into ghoul flesh in front of you, the heavens, there's a peal of thunder as you bring it down to the ghoul. You completely sever its right leg, and it goes flying up. There's like hiss. A squirt of black blood comes flying out, covering you. You do not stop with your swing, continuing it on this huge haymaker swing. The ghoul in front of Stalked Ghoul barely manages to step back out of the way as you slice off a huge chunk of its chest. It roars as its lifeblood pours out onto the floor, missing now its entire left pectoral. You can see its arm is struggling against it, but still there, full of hate and malice, doing everything they can to strike down the warrior queen in front of it.
And that's it for
Right.
me.
Okay. Here we go. Alright, so we're gonna have the lad whose tit you just chopped off is coming at you. Full force. Alright, not with the 3, he's not. He flails. You can see he's used the wrong arm. His muscles are pulling until you see them tear in the chest as it lashes out with its arm. It battles against your shield harmlessly. And it unfurls its huge tongue, lashes out with you with that, with a natural fucking 20! Sorry, I shouldn't have got excited about that.
No, you shouldn't get excited
Very-
about that.
Very very
It does not.
in there, right? Alright, you feel this horrible barbed tongue wrap itself around you and bite, finding all of the weak points in your arm. It bites through into your flesh. Okay. Oh, 19 points of poison damage pour into your body from the barbs. You'll feel this hot, burning sensation all over your body as your muscles begin to contort and freeze on you. You'll need a Constitution saving throw, if you please.
Okay. 23.
23. You just power through. The tongue still has you restrained, but the poison itself, you're used to this stuff now. You've drank harder stuff in the pub last night. And you just flex and power your way through it, forcing your muscles to do what you want them to do. Your Constitution wins out over the poison. You manage to hold your ground. Outstanding. Outstanding. Okay. The Stalker Ghoul in front between you and Godfrey is going to turn and lash out at Godfrey. This time only rolling with a 12. It's probably not going to be enough.
Nope.
The claw. Let's see if it gets you with the tongue. That might do it. 14 plus 5. 14 plus 5. 19.
Warden will play.
Warden Flare. Here we go. Number 3. So as he lashes out with his tongue towards you, the flash of light goes off. And Leo gets covered in saliva as his tongue flies past Godfrey between you and him. It whips out into the night and see it quickly beginning to be retracted back. Alright. Only 2 living ghouls left on the board. I'm going to throw a claw attack at Godfrey and a claw attack at Torlek. That's who's right in front of me. 2 and a 5. Well done, lads. Well done. Great. Great. Okay. So that was the ghouls' ferocious yet ineffective turn. We're back to Cade.
Okay, I'm gonna move to Jess's diagonal right,
Okay.
which puts me
Here?
puts me between Leoquador and
yes, sorry,
Torlek.
yeah.
Yep. And then I will use my first attack on the blue dude.
Stalker ghoul. Yeah.
Yep. .26, natural 20.
26.
Oh.
Natural 20. That's gonna do it. Of course it is. Double damage, sir. Double damage. Double the dice damage.
12.
Outstanding. Okay, huge hit. You slash through with your sword. It's trying to slash and claw and get its tongue back in its mouth, and still like trying to get through Godfrey's armor. You just expertly stab through, catch it under the left arm. Just dig your sword deep into the rib cage, zhuzh it around a little bit, and then whip it out.
Is it alive still?
Pour down its. Oh, it pours down its side, and it immediately turns to you. Its blue muscular form tensing with rage as it stares into your eyes.
Right, make a strength check.
Alright. Uh, 26.
I think that's gonna stay. It's gonna save.
Yeah.
Okay, and then again with Horde Breaker, I will use the next attack on the Feral Ghoul to Torlek's left.
Okay.
And that is 16.
That's enough to get this ghoul.
And 9.
9 points of damage.
Go on, Cade.
Another huge hit. Carving through what's left of its tattered, worn, rotted armor. Slashing deep into the ghoul's flesh again, you plunge forward with your sword, striking it mid-center mass. Center mass. You see your sword burst out of its back with a splash of blackish blood, and you draw it back out. You can see its entrails begin to spill out onto the floor, yet it moves with the same speed and ferocity that it did, completely unaffected by the fact its guts are hanging out.
Run another strength check.
Oh, these guys aren't too strong. That's not too bad. He's rolled a 13 plus 1, 14.
No.
Is that a fail? What happens?
That's a fail. Another d6 of damage.
Okay. From what?
Piercing. It's the it's still in Snare and Strike. The Snare and Strike lasts for a minute when cast.
Alright, so that's 1 point of damage.
Okay, and he's restrained now as well by vines. So, you know, as he goes to move, where his guts are.
Wrapped him, these black thorns spew out of the floor. Wrap its way around its legs and begin to creep up its body. And say, trying its best to fight against them as it's held on the spot. Ooh. Okay. Anything else, Cade?
No, that'll do it.
Jess, you just got to beat a 10, love.
Let's roll a good number.
Yay!
It's a good number.
She's up.
Yay! Jess is up. Ice knife for everyone.
No ice knife this turn.
Fine. So, Jess, you feel yourself. You finally managed to fight off the poison's effects and pull yourself back up to your feet. Really awkward.
Right.
That's the end. Go, unfortunately.
I'm gonna try and skewer licking tongue over here.
Get the liquor. Skewer the liquor. Alright.
It's
Cool. Lash out.
16. 16.
That's enough. This thing's got
Lovely.
15. It's natural leathery hide.
Oh, he's gonna take 8 points of stab.
A huge 8 points of stab. You see it as it leaps forward with a huge slash towards Cade's neck. You stab forward with your rapier with such force that it knocks its strike off. You almost force it to the floor. Surely saving Kate from a huge blow as you stab your rapier through. Kick the creature up and draw your rapier back out and send it sprawling to the floor, where it quickly scrabbles to its feet again. Its huge tongue unfurls. Looking between you and Cade and Godfrey, who is it going to attack next? Anything else, Bill?
No, that's all. Thanks.
Perfectly timed strike. Okay, Godfrey, you're up. You've seen the creature scrabble back with its feet and see its huge tongues unfurling for another strike.
I'm just gonna try and cane it with the mace.
I'm gonna straight up tip it.
14.
14 to hit, just short of what you. Oh no,
Ow.
with advantage, mate.
Yeah, I rolled an 8 and a 1.
Ah, just short. Its AC is 15. So you bring the mace down, it just sidesteps out of the way deftly. And I love saying deftly tonight, don't I? It's pounding. Lashes out forward towards you with its claws, but you've managed to draw your mace back in time and block with the shield and send it reeling back to where it started. It blows for a heartbeat.
How's Spetalia looking?
Svetalia is looking resplendent.
No.
As
I'm looking
As
beautiful.
if war and battle are her natural living space.
As in, she doesn't need a healing word.
What do you reckon? Do you need a healing word, Svetalia?
Spitalia looks like she's about 22 out of a 41.
She looks like she's a good 5 out of 10.
I'll give you one. Well, it's only 5 back, but
There you go.
I'll give you.
Ooh, I need to put there isn't a tongue on there, but
No, sorry,
I'll
6.
put a little net on you.
It's a 2, not a 1.
Lovely.
Alright, anything else got us?
That's it.
Okay, Torlek, you're up.
Okay. I am going to look for my moment when Spitalia's not swinging her sword around in mad arcs and just touch her on the back and cast Enhance Ability Bears Endurance on her. So,
Outstanding.
Svet, you gain 2d6 temporary hit points.
Oh.
So you gain 7 temporary hit points, but more importantly, you now have advantage on Constitution checks.
Yay!
Hey, that's very good. So yes, as Svetalia is swinging and deftly moving, like slashing with her sword and slashing out with her shield, bashing these stalker goes back and forth. If you feel a huge hand strike your back, you immediately swing with this overhanded arcing strike designed to take the head off whoever was behind you. But you manage to duck just in time, deflecting the blow with a shield, which sends it flying. The sword flies into the stalker ghoul as it's about to slash into Cade's back, knocks it with the flat of the sword back off its stance. Cade, you feel the claw fly over your head, wisping into the space your face was just moments before. This huge brawl, this ballet of battle happens all around. Wonderful.
And then with my bonus action, I'm just going to stay where I am and healing word myself. Just sort of clutch my holy symbol and just go endure. Close some of my wounds. Unfortunately though, because I've cast Enhance Ability on Svetalia, I stop shimmering. I'm no longer shielded.
Saved. Ben, do you realise that it's checks, not saves? So it's not going to help out against the ghouls.
Checks is
Different to
includes
saves.
saves, doesn't it?
No, save and
it.
throws and checks are different kinds of rules.
No, I thought saves were subsumed under check.
No. That's why Bless says you get +40 saving throws. And Guidance says checks.
Oh, fuck. Can I retcon that then, guys? Sorry.
You
I
can indeed.
misunderstood.
Fair.
I'm all caught up in the moment as well.
I mean, she
Mate,
still
your
gets 10
description
hit
was
points.
amazing as well, and I'm going to have to chop that out now. Okay, in that case, as the guy who's restrained in front of me looking, the guy that Cade tied down with vines, how's he
He's looking upset, and you can see the thorns are cutting into his flesh, and he's bleeding all over the place. He's struggling against it, but you can see the strength is leaving him ever so slow. It's like seeping out of him with his lifeblood. It's getting weaker and weaker as these thorns restrain him.
Alright, well, being as he's being held down, I don't think he's going to be very dexterous, so Sacred Flame point blank to the face.
He easily fails restrained.
So,
Dorken.
dex save from you, sir.
He's immediately failed, he's restrained.
Oh, brilliant, in which case D8 of radiant damage, which is going to be 5 points of radiant damage.
Okay, outstanding. Says you, have you still healing worded yourself?
Yeah, and with my bonus action I'm going to just grab my holy symbol and just go endure, and just heal myself for a d4 plus 4.
You wheeling around, ducking and weaving under Svatalia's huge haymaker sword strikes, between Cade's deft sword strikes as well as like precision fighting, this flurry of movement around you, this ballet of battle. You turn and find this feral ghoul that's been hassling you from behind is now restrained by these huge thick black thorns biting into its flesh. Pulling forth your radiant energy, you conjure the flame in your hand and press it down into the ghoul's face. You feel, see, smell, hear the searing flesh of its face, and its scream is caught in its throat as it wrestles against the vines and thorns holding it down. Its entire head turns black, but it's still writhing and trying to get its claws at you. It's just at that moment that one of the stalker ghouls lashes out with its tongue, and you manage to bring your shield up just at the moment it's about to strike and wrap itself around you. It's a boom, wet platoon, and with that you go down to one knee and just hold your holy symbol. Radiant force fills your soul and your chest again. You feel your heart begin to beat up again once. And as the stalker ghoul wheels its tongue back in and bares its teeth for another attack, you stand with shield ready and mace in hand. Okay, Svatalia, it's you.
Okay, I'm going to attack this guy, or try to.
You're gonna hire yourself. Yeah, a little bit of disadvantage as you are still wrapped up in a big old tongue.
There.
I was going to say you've got advantage on the guy behind you.
Yeah, this guy has me with a tongue though.
Through the tongue. Get the tongue guy. Fuck him.
The tongue is a problem.
15 with a disadvantage.
Which one you going at? The tongue guy?
This one, yeah.
Oh, that one, yeah. You managed to. It's the lad to the right that has you with the tongue.
Oh, sorry, this one then, yeah.
Yeah. The lad in front of you is missing a tit and a leg.
That's right.
You
No, I want the one with
him
the
up.
tongue. Yeah.
The one with the tongue is the one.
Yeah, she means tongue guy, not old titless.
the old one-leg titless over there.
Hopping titless.
Does that hit?
Titless. 15 does hit, yes, you strike out.
9 damage to him.
9 damage. Outstanding.
And I'm gonna action surge and go for this one.
Okay.
So still disadvantage?
It's just... No, as you stab through his tongue, sort of unfurls around you as he reels back to get out of the way of his huge sword bursting through his chest.
Okay, 18 to hit.
Yes, one-leg Titless is trying its best to muster an attack, and you just bring the sword down on top of it.
And 10 damage.
And you cleave it in twain.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. Nice.
Bring your sword down through its center mass like a hot knife through warm butter. Just slash down.
Okay, that's it from me.
The one that had you wrapped up in its tongue is reeling it back in as quick as it can. You can see blood pouring from several huge wounds on its body, but it's still there, harassing. And it is going to. It's going to lash back out at you again. I mean, you're the only one that's doing any damage. It's coming at you with its claws. Let's roll a 22 to hit with the claws.
That will hit.
Okay. That's not too bad damage. So 8 points of slashing damage with the claws. And then a Constitution saving throw from you, please.
Oh, 23.
23, that's more than enough. You managed to save as the poison from the claws now barely affects you.
Just so healthy.
So used to it.
Just so healthy.
So healthy, but it is coming back at you with the tongue. The big old, what's a 15? 15 plus 7. That's definitely going to be enough. 6 points of poison damage. And yet another Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh, I'm killing it with these Constitution saving throws. 19.
19, so as the tongue wraps itself around you, you feel it doesn't quite get a hold. The barbs still bite into your flesh, but you shake it free. You bat it back with your sword and shield, and it flops lazily loosely off
Like that.
and begins to reel its tongue back in. The ghoul between you and Godfrey wheels round on Cade, seeing the damage that he has sent flying everywhere. And he is going to lash out at him with his claws. I think that's going to hit. 15?
Nope.
No, not quite enough for the claws as it's slashing at you. You manage to bring your sword up and deflect the blow. And then its mouth opens and the huge tongue comes flying out towards you. With a 17 to hit.
I've got AC of 17.
Yeah, it beats Sunshine, unfortunately.
Okay.
5 points of poison damage as the huge tongue wraps itself around you. These sharp barbs, this wet, leathery tongue sort of wraps all around your body. You feel the barbs bite into your skin. And this hot burn of poison comes rushing in. I need a Constitution saving throw for you, please.
Okay, 1 second.
You need to beat a 10.
Okay. 10.
10 exactly. Just enough. You fight off the paralysis that's threatening to seize your muscles, but the tongue stays wrapped around your form. You are completely entwined and entangled and bound up in it. As the ghoul that's hassling Torlek from the floor tries its best to break free from the thorns that have it pinned to the floor. With that roll, it doesn't get anywhere.
Take another d6 of damage.
That's a big old 5 damage. You sickly crunch as the thorns tighten up around it. You hear bones crunching and flesh tearing.
Right.
This ghoul is going to use its entire movement and turn to disengage.
Coward.
He has ran away. He's currently running away.
Yellow-bellied ghoul.
Alright, whoop. I went too far. It's Cade, you're up.
As the ghoul disengages and runs away, I just want to use my reaction to just shout after him, "Tell your father I'm coming for him!"
Oh, you can definitely do that. It rings out through the strangled thorns and the pitter-patter of the rain and Svatalia's screams of battle. "Tell your father I'm coming for him!" rings out and echoes down the strangled thorns, shattering this piece of the ghoul. All who hear it have trembled.
Okay. So the blue guy to my right is still there, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, okay. I misrolled, I misplayed my last round, so hopefully I can do this right. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Right, first attack on him, please. With disadvantage, you said, yes?
Yeah. Because he's the guy that's got you all tongued up.
14.
Not quite enough. The tongue is just holding your arms to your side too much. It's just forcing your arms down. You're trying your best to bring your sword up in an arc to slash at it. Just go wide of its body.
Okay, Horde Breaker on the restrained ghoul to Torlek's right, left.
You don't have to hit for Horde Breaker to work.
It's got to be something within 5 feet of the target you hit anyway.
Yeah.
So it would have to be that one.
It's 5
Not
feet.
that
5 feet within the original target. Okay. Oh, and within range of my weapon.
No one.
Yeah, so if there was
You
one
use
stood
both
where
ones.
I am, you could Horde Breaker that.
Right, but I can't do the one that's to your left
Yeah.
because it's out. But okay, right, I'm with you. In that case, then I will use my offhand weapon as bonus action to attack the blue ghoul again.
Okay, go for it.
21.
21, that is a hit. Let's have damage off here. Have you got 2 weapon fighting?
Dual wielding.
Dual wielding. Have you actually got that as the feet?
Uh huh.
Yeah, alright. Have the damage off here.
9.
9 points of damage.
And again, got to do your strength check if it's not killed.
It is not killed. Its tongue releases you from its grasp. That's a 23 strength.
Yeah, okay, that checks. Okay, so if I move to that character's
Here?
right,
You'll take an attack of opportunity off this guy.
At
But he has
disadvantage. though.
disadvantage, so might be worth doing still.
yeah, go on, I'll still do it.
Okay.
Mm.
Natural 1.
Well, then that's clearly not going to hit.
No. In fact, I would say that it's the vines finish it off for that. It's just it snapped and cracked and pulled into the floor.
Pot.
Okay, and that's where my turn will end.
Jasil, you're up.
Finally back in. I'm gonna chuck
Right,
a
if I
firebolt
snipe that guy,
at
you can kill the whole
this
party.
guy. No more ice knives in this one, I don't. Oh, I think that might hit.
Nice.
That will definitely hit.
For all of 5 damage.
5 damage. What were you hitting with?
Firebolt.
And who were you hitting?
Oh, sorry, I pinged him. It was okay.
Ah, right. Your firebolt strikes him at the middle of his back as he's moving and following with Cade, trying to slash at him. You hear this sickening crack as the firebolt strikes into the muscles and bones in the back of his neck, and there's a whoosh of fire as the entirety of his top half catches a flame. There's a huge flaming tongue unfurls out of his mouth and tries to take Godfrey and Cade down with it, but they both dodge and deflect out of the way before it burns
Nice.
the floor. The tongue gives a last and it's on fire and then falls limply into the mud. And heals Jess.
No, that's me.
Okay. Leo.
Let's gain some advantage positions then. To here.
Definitely maneuvers around. They're definitely again.
very
Expert
deft.
maneuvers around through the battle.
I prefer deft. Or
Flanking the final Stalker Ghoul with Cade.
can have 22 to hit him.
And that's a huge yes.
Oh, I didn't even, hang on, I'll roll the advantage roll as well, just in case.
Just on the offing, mate.
Nope, that one's only 20.
It's fine. Rapier strikes deep into ghoul flesh.
For 7 damage.
massive 7 damage as you strike through, piercing through its thigh muscle as it lashes out towards Vitalia. You again timing it perfectly, slash out with your rapier, cutting through the huge bulging thigh muscle, sending its strike off balance as its leg collapses beneath it. Its strike goes wide and Vitalia manages to catch it on her shield. It quickly rolls where it is in place and brings itself back up to its feet. You can see that back leg now is a little bit loose. It's sort of hopping a little bit, but it's still with its huge claws. It's still very dangerous, even though it's very badly hurt.
That's me done.
Godfrey.
Move to here. Try the mace again.
Close in on the ghoul.
He is not getting away.
Roll the 17 plus 6. So that's gonna hit.
Yeah, that'll do it.
10 damage.
10 points of damage. As it's slashing out and it's wheeling around, seeing enemies all around it, you can see its eyes beginning to go wide. Its tongue's lolling out of its mouth, and you bring the mace in, huge overhand strike. This time it's like about to unfurl its tongue right into Cade's face. You just boom into the back of the neck and shoulders. See the tongue goes flying off wildly into the stranglefolds behind it, wraps itself around a branch, and it has to struggle for a second before it manages to bring the tongue back with a bit of tree branch now gets stuck in its mouth. It's trying to chew past it. It's looking very hurt. You heard spine break. You saw muscles tear with that mace hit.
That'll be it.
Torlek, from where you're standing, it looks like a strong breeze could knock this thing over.
Well, I think we've got more than a strong breeze coming up next.
Let's make this one a bit more personal, shall we? Mace coming in at you. Just swinging with it. Do I get advantage on this?
You're the only spot that doesn't get advantage.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'm gonna say, like, this dude's super flanked. You can have advantage. That's fine. He's super flanked.
All right. In which case, 19 to hit with the mace.
That's a huge hit.
For a d6 of bludgeoning damage. 5 bludgeoning damage.
5 points of bludgeoning damage. There's a moment. The rain seems to slow down as thunder and lightning peal and strike in the sky. The ghoul spins with its huge tongue unfurling, bringing its claws up to bear as Torlek has already made swing with a huge mace, bringing it down in a shot designed to completely smash the ghoul's face in. As it comes face to face with Torlek, unfurling its tongue ready to strike, there's a moment of realization as the ghoul sees the hammer blow coming in. The tongue goes, flies off wide, and the eyes go wide in shock as Torlek's mace crashes down through the ghoul's skull, sending its teeth through its own tongue, severing it and sending it whipping off into the darkness. Its entire face crumples in. Torlek's mace continues going down, sending the majority of the ghoul's head, forcing it down into the neck and chest cavity. There's a huge squelch and crash. Torlek's mace comes bursting out of it, sending squirts of blood and ichor everywhere. For a moment, the ghoul looks as if it's got one more strike in it. Its eyes blink once, and it falls over dead.
Woo!
Seeing that, the other one fucks off. The storm still rages overhead, the thunder and lightning, but for you now, in this black, blood-covered clearing, everything's gone quiet again. You have time to catch your breaths.
Well, that could have gone a lot worse.
Yep.
Just gonna wipe the blood off my my face from where the ghoul pierced me with its forefinger, and I say, well, so much for stealth.
Sometimes a direct approach is the best way. Well fought, everybody.
Yeah,
Feels good to wet my blades.
been some time before since I've seen someone fight like that. Definitely.
It's all in a day's work.
And luckily for you all, you're all now suitably covered in stinking ghoul blood. It has reinvigorated the ghoul stench, and I am losing my voice.
And I can see the tip of Torlek.
Torlek's tip.
Yep. trying to lure that thing out the bush.
I think we should have. A little side intermission of
needs his mighty weapon to lure it from the bush.
Torlek's tip once a week. Should have its own little theme music and everything.
Yeah, I want an entire social media account for Torlek's tip.
Jingle.
On it,
Torlek's
mate.
tip.
On it.
It's not just his Tinder account.
You wait until you see the merch.
You got a t-shirt that just says "just a tip."
That's the first stick.
I was going to say, I am not making you a logo for that.
Tip.
Ah,
Just the Torlek tip.
I mean,
that's
it's probably
a
going to get
magnificent mace that he's brandishing. Wait, that's not a mace!
it's almost certainly going to get bitten off in this encounter anyway, so it won't matter.
No.
Oh, jeez.
Christ.